divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this...
Damn, you're not speaking English. I don't understand what you saying, but I'm TNK, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Girl, you know what I'm packing. Let's make a movie. Lights, camera, action. I'ma start shooting. Yeah.
Cloud.
Yeah. Hey. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my. I don't even know what this girl saying now, but she had to get a quick fix, good dick, sick shit, ass so fat, call the shit thick. Girl, you ain't know I like you, wanna wife you. Shit so cool, color ice cube, you the sugar honey with the ice too. Don't forget T, man, don't forget T and K. Watch from a distance, all you do is slay. Tryna get paid, baby, tryna get paid. I don't wanna fall, but I already did. Change your heart, exchange your heart with the kid. Damn, I got hurt again. Why always trip, man? Why always trip? You sounding like a melody. I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody. You sounding like a melody. I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my. Only got 4 minutes, Lord, tell me what to say, so I get to do this. Tell me all the right words, so I get it. Can't be scared, T, can't be scared. You don't wanna bust plan A, then gotta get a plan B. Whole new language, watch yourself. I'm a little dangerous, Melanie, got me going crazy. Love your fragrance, gotta listen virtues. Girl, you my patient, gotta have patience. I take time with your lips, yeah, I gotta pace it. Time with the hips, take time with them hips. Girl, 3-course meal, so I dine in them hips. Girl, I dive in them hips. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my melody. You sounding like a melody, I don't understand what you're telling me. Whole different language, whole different melody. Foot to the gas, roasting, I'm pedaling. I'm still meddling, gone for too long, had to start settling. I've been chilling with Melanie, girl, you my. Take 5, yeah, the new kid.
I'm in the building, make some noise. Yes, sir, we in here. What up, Jack? What it is, man? What's popping? If you in here, I don't know if you left. My bad if you left. I was trying to set up, still trying to set up. So before we get started, let me play Heat Up. Here we go.
God damn, what the fuck in your head?
You know, what the? Hey. Bro.
Oh, shit.
You know what I had, right?
Heat up.
You know what I
haven't even took your order yet.
I
You
just
haven't
told you
even
my
took
order.
your order yet.
I said big double burger, 2 corn dogs, a tray of cheese bites, and a sweet tea. What the?
But what the hell, boy?
They be trying to ruin the stream. They can't stop us, bruh. They can't stop us. Hold on. Rumble, Twitch, we back in here. Y'all know what it is, man.
But what the hell, boy? But what the hell, boy?
They can't stop us, bro. We in here, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all make some noise, man. Hey, Twitch, we're gonna have to hop on you next time, bro. Shout out to Rumble. You're still gonna be part of the equation. Cause this is some crazy mumble jumble right here, bro. Makes no sense, bro. I don't know what's going on with the stream. Shout out to everybody that tuned in to the stream mess up. Hey, bro. Bro. We doing this by our lonely. You know what it is. We balling on the budget, so I don't even know what to tell you. But, like I said, we're gonna persevere. Like I was saying earlier, that's why we starting late. I'm gonna have to come in here 2 hours early just to make sure this show works, man. Crazy. I would rage out, but there's no point in raging out because no one's here to see it. Anyways, man, shout out to you if you tuned in, man. If you tuned in, you are the resistance and you are part of the core. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a good show for you guys today. Y'all know what it is, man. We got a couple things we're going to discuss. First thing we're going to discuss, well, in no particular order, here are some of the things we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss Vitaly, who got arrested. We're going to discuss President DJT. We're going to discuss Nintendo Switch. We're going to discuss Ja Morant, the Atlanta Hawks fan that tore his ACL, and Amazon trying to buy TikTok, and a couple other things. So we got a good show for you guys. Like I said, I hate the fact that the stream be messing up. Imagine if I was weak-minded, man. If I was weak-minded, I'd just be like, man, you know what? F it, man. I'm back in here tomorrow. But I said, you know what? I'm going to continue. They could try and stop me, but they can't stop me no matter what they do. They can't stop us, bro. They can't stop the core, man. They can't stop the core. They can't stop the core, and it's crazy because this is where I become a conspiracy theorist, because I said earlier in today's show, if you go look back, I was talking about AI, and I made a theory, right? And, you know, I could be wrong, but I made this theory, and now it's so odd that my stream's not working properly. And I said that if the Fetty Gov is watching me, hey, shout out to the Fetty Gov, bro. Just give me a call and say, hey, don't talk about it no more. That's it. Don't ruin the stream for me. It's already hard enough being a ninja out here in these streets, okay? So look. So I was talking about AI earlier in today's stream, and I was saying how the reason why they trying to get rid of all these migrants, one of the potential reasons could be because UBI is going to become a thing in the future, and they need a way to keep documentation of all information and all potential money that they're giving out for free. And the only way to do that is to have some kind of record system. Now, if we have people who don't belong here, quote unquote, how are they supposed to keep track of those people? They won't know who they're giving free money to. And there's only so much money. Money is printed from thin air, but there's always a set budget that the government has. And it's going to make the deficit worse if they allow people to stay. I made that comment earlier in my earlier stream. And now, fast forward, my stream fucking up. What's up with that, bro? Shout out to the Fetty government. Hey, bro. Hey. When y'all see me do that, Fetty Gov, I'm saying my hands is up, bro. Give a ninja some money. I'm gonna go zoop. I'm gonna stay quiet. Anyways, like I said, man, let's get into the show. Shit like that is annoying because it's like, bro, you can't even talk about what you want, but we supposed to live in a country where we have freedom of speech. But if I say the wrong thing, or if I say something a bit too against the societal norm, for lack of a better term, they turn around and try and what's the word? They try and excommunicate you from society, bro. It was just a comment, bro. Chill. Damn. Anyways, like I said, man, let's get into the show. Damn, they like to ruin this shit for me. Annoy me, but I gotta keep calm because I don't want y'all to think I'm a little weenie boy. I don't know, that was the first term that came to my head. But I don't want you guys to think I'm a weenie. So I'm gonna keep calm. But it's very aggravating, man. It's very irritating. What's another word? It's very debilitating. It's very deteriorating when it comes to the mental psyche when you're trying to do this ish and there's always a problem, man. And I'm not complaining. And I'm not agitated, I'm animated. I'm just saying, man, it wears on you after a while. Fighting with the computer to work. Jesus, got to get 2 brand new computers that I don't got the money for. Anyways, like I said, man, let's get into the show. Goddamn. All right, here we go. An Adam experience. Somebody reached out to me. We got a couple things to discuss. Where do we start? We'll start federally. A federal judge dismisses the criminal corruption case against the New York City mayor, Eric Adams. For those of you who knows this story, I don't actually know this story per se. I wasn't paying attention to it, but everybody's corrupted. It is what it is, my ninja. If you don't know, now you do. And you heard it here first on the Blac Pill. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, according to CNBC, the case was dismissed with prejudice, meaning the Department of Justice is prohibited from resurrecting the charges based on the same evidence used in the case, i.e. double jeopardy, guys. If you've ever seen that movie, You can't be charged for the same thing twice. That's actually how the rules work in real life. So if you try to off somebody, let's say you committed attempted murder on somebody, they can't get you on the same charge if that's what they try to charge you for. If it's the same exact person, same kind of a crime, they technically can't get you. Weird shit. Weird loopholes that we have, but I mean, who knows what the life was like back in the day. With that being said, the DOJ originally asked Judge Dale Ho to throw out the case without prejudice, which would have allowed them to refile the charges against Adams in the future if they had made that decision. Judge Ho said in his order that he denied the DOJ's request because doing so would create the unavoidable perception that the mayor's freedom depends on his ability to carry out the immigration enforcement priorities of the administration. It was noted that Adams himself requested a dismissal with prejudice, and the DOJ did not oppose the action, effectively waiving any objection to the permanent dismissal of this case. As previously reported, an unsealed indictment revealed that Mayor Adams faced federal charges of bribery, fraud, and soliciting illegal foreign campaign donations last September. The news of the case's dismissal comes amid the Democratic primary in 3 months, which is likely to choose NYC's next mayor. I wonder if they'll pick him. More of that story, yeah, man, everybody's hands is dirty, or at least when you get to that level, your hands are going to be somewhat dirty. Hopefully, if I ever get to that level, my hands don't end up dirty, because I ain't trying to be dirty. I ain't trying to be dirty. I'm good. I want no parts. But I mean, that's the world we live in. That's the society we live in. Let's see. So for those of you who don't remember, this was the indictment when they came out and said he was indicted on federal charges of bribery, fraud, and soliciting. The question is, did he do it or did he not do it? And you know, fast forward now, the criminal corruption case was dismissed. So shout out to Mayor Eric Adams for beating the case. That's what ninjas like to see. That's what we like to see, right? This ninja beat the case. That's what we want to see. So shout out to him. Let me see what else we got popping off. Sauce Walker. Shout out to Sauce Walker, Texas legend. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to Sauce. Drip God Sauce. All right, so Sauce Walker spoke out for the first time since the indictment that happened in Memphis nearly 2 weeks ago. Here we go. 1 second. Even though he did speak before and said there was nothing he can particularly do in the interview because he was trying to be righteous, and that's not being righteous to get the get back. Here we go.
Oh, hey, it's one of them days. It's one of them days, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole world been waiting for me to speak. They been wanting to hear, you know what I'm saying, how I feel about this spiel. So we gonna make this little public sauce announcement like this right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, sauce of P, say something P. Niggas saying all that gay ass, weird ass, lame ass, idiots. People just post anything on the internet for clicks and views. Dumb ass idiots. Y'all talking about sacrificing my brothers. No, nigga, I changed my brothers' lives. That's what sauce gotta do. I changed niggas' lives. I changed niggas' situations. I turned niggas some hood niggas to millionaires and billionaires. And shout out to that to zillionaire. You know what I'm talking about? My brother Sauce Mike D, Fofo Mike D Davis, TSL business, original TSL member. You know what I'm talking about? How many years we been doing this league?
Man, I can't even understand, man.
You been in this shit before this shit in the beginning.
Before it even started.
You know what I'm saying? Brand new record deal, brand new contract for Sauce Mike D's, TSL business, new album on the way. What's the name of my album, Mike D?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, you know what I'm saying?
Excuse me.
But what the hell, boy?
I'm a bit skeptical, but I'm not going to say anything because I know how these ninjas move, and I live in Texas, and I don't want these ninjas to pull up on me. But I am a bit skeptical, my ninja. Here we go.
In a few weeks, we drop with slash TSL, 1 RPM. Shout out to my boy 1 RPM Guccio. And you know what I'm saying? The deal went through 300,000. Yeah. So here go my brother Brad, 100 G's. 100 G's. Oh, but I forgot. I got something else to tell y'all about too. Cause I'm celebrating life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We celebrating hard work over here, and then we gonna celebrate life. Cause I could have lost mine. I could have lost my life. You feel me? So this shit ain't nothing but some money. It ain't nothing but some money. So I told you everything I said.
Hey man, shout out to Sauce, man. One of the greatest rappers you'd ever hear, bro. And I know, you know, he doesn't get the push that other rappers do, but please believe, trust and believe he's practically independent. And that's the reason why. Yeah, this ninja got some heat, bro. R.I.P. Buddy, the one with the Kingdom Hearts song. Yo, this ninja got some heat, bro. He got some heat. Here we go. Respect to the legend.
You can sell me the biggest motherfucking diamond ring you got in the goddamn store. Yeah, man, I need that shit to go. Have a ticket. Yeah, $300,000 diamond ring right there. You know what I'm saying? 10K.
Yeah, man. You know, I smile because back in the day, they used to make a ninja want to go. Big pause. But I'm saying, though. I'm saying, like, when you see things like that coming up as a youngin' and you didn't have that kind of stuff and you used to look at all the flashy stuff, you sitting there like, man, maybe that could one day be me. Now I'm looking in this bit like, you know, if I get this money, how do I hide it from the rest of these ninjas? That's what I'm thinking to myself, bro. That's what I'm thinking to myself, bro. How do I hide my money from everybody else? That's what I'm thinking now. Here we go.
Don't get up in there. You gotta get close. You don't gotta get that close. Yeah, that's 10 carats. If y'all
Just a 10 to diamond.
if
Not
y'all
around.
can say that pointers because y'all don't really understand jewelry like that. That's 1,000 pointer. Not a 20 pointer, not a 50 pointer, not a 100 pointer, not a 20. That's 1,000 points. It's 1,000 pointer. Yeah, 10 carats.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying? TSF business. You know what I'm saying? 100,000.
Let's see what the comments say. Let me see. 1 second. You know, this shit like to trip out. Let me see. All right, so we have not much people said anything. Somebody said preach. Somebody said so again, it's talent in the city, but nobody gets signed out the city. That made no sense. It's talent in the city, but nobody gets signed out the city. I guess they meant in the city. LOL, he sound like Day when he said, y'all ain't do nothing when the fat bitch jumped on me. Congratulations, but what about my deal? Save yourself and don't get a deal with this backstabber. Oh, man. Hey, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but it ain't my business. Anyways, in other news, my ninja, the NBA is investigating Ja Morant because this ninja want to be thugging, bro. This ninja want to be thugging, bro. So, for those of you who don't know, there's certain gestures that aren't allowed in sports. Like just recently we discussed how you can't do the nose wipe because it's a gang thing. The nose wipe is a gang thing. So you can't do that no more. It got banned. And this ninja, that was his signature move. And he was like, oh, you know, I got a bunch of other moves in the vault or whatever the case may have you. So boom. Ja Morant, I think, got in trouble for this before, for acting like he was thugging and gang banging. He got caught up with guns. You know, he want to be moving with the guns, and nothing wrong with having a gun to protect yourself, but you don't need to be thugging because people don't need to know you thugging if you really thugging. Why you think if I'm gonna use me as an example, but this may or may not necessarily be true because this is for entertainment purposes only. If I was thugging, right? Why would I let y'all know that I'm really about that? Why would I let y'all know? Why not just keep it to, well, like I said, I'm a Florida ninja. Shout out to all my Florida ninjas. Shout out to all my Florida brothers and sisters. So for example, the way we move where I'm from, and I shouldn't even be giving this out, I'll give out a little bit, but the way we move where I'm from, if I had beef with you, if I really, really had beef with you, do you think people would know? Why would people know about a beef that I have with you? Why would I tell them? I'm gonna keep it to myself in case I really had it. I'm saying if I was thugging. Hold on, let me put that out there before ninjas think I'm a stone cold serial person or whatever the case may have you. Like I said, if I had beef with you, if I had real beef with you, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't see it coming because the goal is that you don't see it coming. We creep slow. Shout out to the South. Shout out to the Deep South. We creep slow. You know what it is. We creep slow. So look. Shout out to Ja Morant, but Ja Morant, when you sit here going like this now, if they ask me, I'm gonna say, hey, this was an arrow. I was shooting an arrow at them. Like an arrow, you ever had a bow and arrow? You know, a bow and arrow, you gotta hold the arrow like that. Bow and arrow, I would say that. But this ninja Ja does not learn, so let's see.
Some form of gesture there. You could.
And then this ninja, shout out to the announcer. Shout out to the announcer. The announcer said, I'm gonna keep it street. I'm gonna keep it street. He said some form of gesture right there. Here we go.
Make that what you want, and then Buddy
Make
Hield
that
kind
what
of
you
responded.
want. Hey,
Some
one time for the announcer once again. Hold on, let me move this over a little bit. Yeah, one time for that announcer. That announcer said, make it what you want. Here we
form
go.
of gesture there. You can make that what you want,
This ninja Ja.
and then Buddy Hield kind of responded.
Yeah, he snitched. He snitched on me. He said, look, he's pointing a gun at me. Let me see. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's happening now. The NBA is looking into Memphis Ja Morant's using finger gun, whatever, towards the Golden State Warriors bench. And then on top of that, Steph Curry dropped 50 on their head, bro. Come on, bro. Why are you doing that when Steph Curry dropping points like that on you, my ninja? You can't be doing that, ninja. If anything, you need to leave, my ninja. You need to leave. They dropped 50 on your head, bro. It's like this ninja don't never learn, like what actually be going through his head. Buddy Hield shot back in self-defense. My bad. Curry dropped 50 on his head. NBA's first YM. Bro's embracing the Memphis. I know Draymond ain't talking. Bro be treating the game like SmackDown. That's a bar. Buddy Hill did it too. Like, why they on his Johnson? Wasn't even like that. Because, bro, they already caught you for that. So the way it works, when you get in trouble with the feds, and I'm using this not in the literal sense, but you can apply it to the literal sense as well. When you get in trouble with them people, they keep coming back. How you think ninjas get repeat offenses, bro? Because they keep coming back to F with you. So you make one mistake one time, they gonna keep coming back. Yeah, that's the ninja that made that mistake. Let's go see if he does it again. That's how they move. I don't watch or understand basketball, but who is that dude that just started snitching right away? I'm trying to figure out, so do we have street rules when it comes to professional basketball? Let me put emphasis on the word professional. Do street rules apply to professional basketball? That's the question. Investigation. The F, I say the F because I don't want to say the fudge, but the fudge are they talking about? What are they actually investigating? Like he got a real gun, but Josh Giddey is still running loose right now. Oh man, my ninja. Anywho, we'll keep you updated on what happens there. He might get suspended or he's gonna pay a fine, but they got money like that, so I know he's not tripping. All right, back to politics. We'll get back to Elon and then we'll discuss what's this ninja name? Winja, my bad, because he's white. Shout out to President Donald Trump. We're gonna discuss him and his tariffs. We have a list of all the tariffs and what the supposed percentages are. I could be wrong. Like I said, it's social media, so we all popping it on the internet. Sometimes people say what they say for shock value, so I may or may not be right. I'm gonna pull up what I see and you guys are gonna see it too. Anyways, shout out to Jack. Jack said they got lots of that money. Yes sir. Shout out to the NBA. They got stupid money. They got money to burn. They don't have money to burn, but they got money like that. They got it like that. Let's see. Look, this shit tripping. Look at this shit. Always want to trip out. Let me see. Let's do it again. Nope, don't want to work. Let me see. Look at this shit, boy. Let's go to Hollywood Unlocked then. We're gonna go to Hollywood Unlocked. Let's pull it up ourselves. What's up? What's up with the internet, boy? I'm about to do this thing off the fly, bro. We're gonna have to do this thing off the fly. Look at that. They want to stop the show. They be trying to demonetize. Hey, man, what y'all got to do, bro, y'all got to tell everybody that you know about this show, bro. It ain't even that good. I'm not even turning up the way I'd normally turn up. I ain't even all over the place like that. And they be trying to stop the show. Let me see. I'm going to pull Instagram back up. They be trying to stop the show. Look at it, guys. I'm not doing this right here. This is doing this on its own. I'm not doing this. Let me see if I go to my own Instagram. Look, mind you, my stream showing that there's nothing wrong with my stream. All other devices. Look. You guys seen that? Did you see that? Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. All right, let's get back to it. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Y'all donate, man. Donations in the description box. Y'all know what it is. $1 goes a long way. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Let's see if it works. Look at this. Look at this. About to make me flip out. They about to make me flip out. Hold on. Let me turn off the Wi-Fi on my Apple Watch just in case. I'm gonna turn off the Wi-Fi on my Apple Watch because that's what we come down to at this point. Some crazy shit, man. This some crazy-ish, man. Look at this. It's not even working. Oh well, we have to say F it. F Instagram. That's what we got TikTok for. Shout out to TikTok. That's unfortunately potentially gonna be banned on the 5th. Let's see if TikTok works. Looks like TikTok's working. All right, so back to what I was saying. Elon Musk. They can't stop us, bro. You know why? I created multiple contingency plans in case something like this would happen. Let's see. Elon Musk. Somebody tell me why Instagram's not working. Hopefully it's not just me and it's everybody else, because then I will feel better about myself. So first things first, Elon Musk supposedly has confirmed on national TV that he knows who's behind all these Tesla organized attacks. Here we go.
General Bondi has said the same thing. I believe that is exactly what will happen.
Do you know who they are?
We're coming for them.
Do you know who those generals are?
We know. We do.
Yes. And hopefully the prosecution.
General Bondi has said.
All right, let's see what else. And supposedly they've been going around saying that he's stepping down from Doge. What we were trying to show you on Instagram is that he's not stepping down from Doge. He said that is false information that you guys are seeing. So that's why I tell you guys, don't believe everything you see on the internet. Look at this. Look at this. What does it say? Something went wrong. Reload page. There's an issue and a page could not be loaded. Reload page. Look at that, boy. Crazy. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Oh, well, it'll help us stay focused on the show. Like I said, so Elon Musk did whatever he did. I guess before we get into Donald Trump, we have to talk about Vitaly. We have to talk about the Atlanta Hawks, and we have to talk about the Switch. So let's start with the Atlanta Hawks. So at an Atlanta Hawk game, somebody tore their ACL, and they're going to make a couple $100,000. Well, maybe not a couple $100,000. They're going to make 5 figures. They're going to make 5 figures. Don't ask me how I know. I just know. They're going to make good money. Especially if it doesn't get reconstructed properly. Let's pull that up. And he tore his ACL doing one of the events, and that's why I say he's going to make money, because he's probably going to sue. Atlanta Hawks fan ACL. Here we go. Who knows what happened with Instagram? So this ninja tore his ACL in front of everybody, and people was mad at the other dude for still participating in the event. The ninja's in front of 50,000 people. I'm guesstimating right now, right? Let's just let that be known. I'm guesstimating. But he's in front of 50,000 people, and you think he's going to stop. Yeah, bro, they can't stop us, bro. Shout out to Jack. Y'all know what it is. They can't stop the show, man. I worked too hard for this. Do you see it in my eyes? I worked too hard for this. Look, guys, look. One thing you should know, right? One thing you should know. Oh, I appreciate that, Jack. Shout out to Jack. Jack said the more you try to silence someone, and shout out to Rumble if you guys are seeing this. You can't see the messages on YouTube, but I'll tell you what one of our supporters said. Shout out to one of our biggest supporters. Shout out to Jack. He said the more you try to silence someone, the louder their message becomes. If someone is trying to stop a channel, it's probably because the channel is saying something that needs to be heard. Big facts. There you go. There you go. And the crazy thing about it, right, guys? I don't even say per se what needs to be heard. I do that for the younger generation. Like, y'all need to hear that, because if I could have somebody that was kind of like a big brother figure or whatever, I got a big brother already, but I'm saying like somebody that could tell me, hey, don't do this, don't do that. I personally would never really listen to people, so my people couldn't really get to me. So that's why I try and be a voice of reason for y'all. It's like, I already know most of the time, especially when it comes to the case of young men, even young women, most of the time people don't listen. People have to see for themselves, but I still try to do what I do. Past that, when it comes to when I talk about politics and I talk about conspiracy theories, what I want y'all to understand, right? All I do, I just beg the question. I just say, what if? I'm just saying, what if? So when it comes to things that we used to talk about, like aliens and stuff, and then, I'm trying to think, I'll talk, like I said, the main thing, artificial intelligence apocalypse. I talk about those things not only because they're prevalent, but because they're feasible. We're living in a time now where it's potentially feasible, and they may not like the message that I'm saying because it makes people uncomfortable. It's a scary thing to think about in the future that, majority of people won't have a job. Majority of people won't have a job. Majority of people are going to have to figure out a new way to create income. It's a scary future to think of, hey, the only way we'll potentially be able to create income is through something called the metaverse, right? Quote unquote, the metaverse that they're trying to create. And it gets even more scary because art imitates life. Shout out to CGA. He said that art imitates life. So if art imitates life, when we see the Matrix and we see these people in that virtual world that they called Earth, they were in that virtual world that kind of represents the metaverse. And like I said, I have no mental issues. I'm perfectly coherent. I read every day. I write every day. If I showed you guys would be shocked. I read and write every day. I just beg the question. And sometimes it makes people uncomfortable. The only reason why I'm able to have these conversations now is because this is my platform. You dig? So like I said, they can't stop us, bro. I'm saying that to say they can't stop us, bro. They can't stop us. It's always going to be real in the field, my ninja. You know what it is, man. It's just part of life. We just got to get through it. Look, the reason why I tell y'all, bro, you got to get through it, because at the end of the day, we all have a metaphorical sands of time. Like an hourglass, that hourglass filled with sand is dropping every day. So, you going to do what you got to do anyways. Do something. I'm just doing what I want to do. That's it. And hopefully I make it work and hopefully it's successful. Let's get back to the show. So like I said, man, the Atlanta Hawks fan tore his ACL, and they were mad at the other dude for still competing. But me personally, I would have finished what I was doing, and I would say, yo, is he good? Is he good? So here we go. Here's the footage. And my bad if the volume's low. That ninja fell, and then she said, oh, she wanted to laugh. Damn. I tore my ACL before, so I know what it is. Look. Oh, he about to make a milli. He about to make a milli because he slipped and somebody getting fired, bro. Look, Shit.
Oh no! Hold on. Let's
Shit.
make sure my guy is good. Okay. Turn
Game
around,
after.
Turn around. Okay. We gonna check on him, but.
Oh, yeah. I'm suing for emotional distress, my ninja. That's free money. Nobody cared, and I was in true pain.
CM, I can't give you a winner. Back to you.
We have a little bit of a delay here, and you can see
Yeah.
the reason why.
Ninja tore his ACL. Look, and shout out to him, because if he didn't say anything and if he said something after, they would have said that they're not liable and that he's lying. So shout out to him for doing what he needed to do.
On his back.
Yeah, go get that money.
Shake it up.
Go get that money. Yes, sir. Go get that money. Go get that money, man. Yeah, man, like I said, man, they always gonna try and stop the show, bro. It is what it is. And I'm doing this off the strength. I'm doing it off the strength. Y'all see the stream messing up. At first, when the stream used to mess up, I had to make a whole new stream. I learned how to kind of keep the stream going and interrupt it. I force stop the program so I can make it resume the interrupted stream. I literally have to interrupt it manually. Ninja, do you ninjas understand? Ninja, you know how tired I am, Ninja? Ninja so tired. A ninja so tired, right? Hold on. Let me just vent for a second. Can I vent? A ninja so tired. I respect older people that work hard. Shout out to all the older people getting that money. Shout out to the people that's older than me. I'm in my mid-20s, approaching my late 20s, practically in the middle. Yeah, man, shout out to y'all. I see why y'all don't be with the bullshit, bro. Like, I have no time, bro. Like, think about it, guys. Haven't you guys noticed I drink coffee? Straight black. I drink the coffee. Sometimes I add a little sugar, but I'm drinking the coffee just so I can keep pushing. Do you understand that? For those of you who don't know, shout out to Papa Black. Me and Papa Black, and sometimes my brother too. I don't know really with my brother though, but me and Papa Black for sure, we have a baby face. You can see I have a baby face. Till I grow my beard out, I have a baby face. I have a forever baby face. It's just gonna be what it is. It's been like that since I was a kid. It's gonna stay like that. Look, even right now, look, you see the stream is lagging right now. Look at that bullshit. Anyways, let me finish what I'm saying. So, I got a forever baby face, and my baby face is literally starting to get older while doing this. Look at them messing up the stream, bro. Yeah, Spectrum, you gonna have to see me, bro. You gonna have to see me. Let's get back to the show. You gonna have to see me, bro. Spectrum gonna have to see me. All right, so let me see. People trying to throw me off. They can't stop me, bro. All right, we'll discuss Vitaly. Amazon. We'll do Amazon first, then Vitaly. So Amazon submitted a bid for TikTok as the ban deadline nears. Let's see. We're gonna go on TikTok and discuss it. They can't stop us, bro. I'm gonna finish my show today because I gotta bust my butt. Let's see. Amazon, TikTok. So Amazon makes a last minute bid to buy TikTok. And if it does, yeah, Amazon's going to be $1 trillion company. And I think it's already valued at $1 trillion, but it's going to be the first $1 trillion company that we are aware of in the United States. Here we go.
And we have breaking news. Amazon making a last minute bid to buy TikTok in the U.S. This massively popular social media app is facing a deadline later this month to separate from its Chinese owner. President Trump is meeting with Vice President Vance and other top advisors about TikTok today. NBC News business and data correspondent Brian Chung joins us. Brian, what do we know about this?
Yeah, and a source familiar with the matter can confirm to NBC News the original report from the New York Times saying that Amazon had put in this last-minute bid to acquire all of TikTok. However, the source did stress to NBC that it was not seen as a serious bid. Again, what we're talking about here is that deadline of Saturday for TikTok to be sold by its Chinese.
First off, it's a serious bid, my ninja. These ninjas just be saying anything, bro. Imagine you making a bid to buy a company that you have the money to buy and then turn around and say, but it's not a serious bid. But guess what? If they was going to sell for the price, you was going to go, my ninja. Shout out to Jeff. Here we go.
Owner ByteDance or else face a ban in the United States. And if this is deja vu to those that have been following the TikTok story, that's because we had the same conversation back in January, shortly after the Supreme Court upheld the law that was passed on a bipartisan basis and signed into law by former President Joe Biden that did that exact ban, basically telling them to divest or face being shut down entirely in the United States. The current president, Donald Trump, announced just as he was getting inaugurated, essentially, previously that he was going to effectively not enforce that law up until this deadline of this Saturday. Now you do have this scramble to try to find buyers. There have been a number of high-profile names that have thrown their names into the ring for potentially buying TikTok, like Kevin O'Leary as well as Alexis Ohanian. Now Amazon apparently part of that mix as well. To be seen whether or not any of these bids will ultimately be the one to win it all by the time we get to Saturday. But of course, a lot can happen between now and then. But a lot happening in DC and a lot of eyes on potentially who could be the next owner of TikTok if the Chinese government permits it, which is another.
Yeah, so a couple things, man. First things first. Yeah, this just goes to show us that, you know, people who are in power do the same things as people who are not in power. So we all kind of wait to the last minute to do stuff sometimes. We got to get out that habit. You know, it's course correction on Wednesdays. I try to give y'all some course correction. Another thing, yeah, I personally don't think Kevin O'Leary's going to get it because of the Chinese government. They rather give it to an entity rather than a specific person. So, for example, with Amazon, like Jeff Bezos owns a piece of Amazon. He might own the biggest piece, but Jeff Bezos doesn't entirely own Amazon. So Amazon is held by multiple people. Whereas one person, I don't think they're going to give the company up to one person. But an entity, they'll probably get the company up to an entity. Secondly, Chinese government will probably do it to better our foreign relations. I actually seen this thing with Speed. I seen this post on Instagram with Speed, and they were saying how Speed is causing them to have better relations with America and with a lot of the other foreign countries. So now they open their borders up, and they want to allow people to come get their citizenship there as well. It was weird, kind of weird. Hopefully this changes the world for a better place. I would love to pull it up, but y'all know how Instagram's doing right now, so we ain't gonna pull that up. Let me see if I can pull it up here just to show you guys what I'm talking about. Speed China relations. Oop. Right here. So what? The Chinese government has praised iShowSpeed for promoting positive relations between China and the United States. And yeah, that's why I tell you guys, do what you do, man, because you don't know who's seeing you, who's watching you, who you're influencing. Even me, I pop shit. You know, sometimes I'm very vulgar. Sometimes I feel like I have to be. I'm also a very nice person. I'm not nice with everybody. I'm nice to the people that are nice to me. That's it. Just like the people that don't like me. Hey, what up, my ninja? I don't like you neither. I'm not an ass kisser. That's just the kind of person I am. It is what it is. If it makes my life harder, it is what it is. Like I said, I don't care. But the more of what I'm saying is you don't know who you're influencing. You might be influencing somebody positively, negatively. You might give somebody the strength to go do something that they've been meaning to do. You just don't know. So I'm trying to show you guys, where was it? Let me see. Speed China relations citizenship. Watch this. So, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. So I can't specifically find it, but they discussed about opening their borders now because of what happened with Speed. It was in relation to Speed. Excuse me. So one time for iShowSpeed. One time for him. Yeah. I respect it. Influencing the world in a positive way, and all he's doing is being himself. That's what I'm saying, guys. Stay true to yourself. Shout out to the game bangers. If that's in you, hey man, it's in you. But leave that negativity where you at in the ghetto somewhere, because it's not gonna end well for you, homie. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So in other news, yeah, when it comes down to TikTok, I don't think they're going to sell it to one individual person like Kevin O'Leary. And I'm not saying him specifically like I'm throwing shade. I'm saying him because he's the name I remember. Past that, let me see something real quick. After that, we're going to discuss Vitaly. So you see how we just discussed Speed. We're going to switch over to Vitaly. So now when it comes to Vitaly, Vitaly was arrested for acting a fool, making streamers look bad. I need to get some booze. We're gonna get some booze up in here so I can boo this ninja. But all I can hit this ninja like, I can hit him with this and say, you need to leave. So let's go look at the story and see what's going on there. Vitaly, hold on one second, y'all. Bear with me. Vitaly, Philippines. So this ninja's in the Philippines right now, was acting a fool. And look, they try to do damage control. So the first thing you see is Vitaly hands out money to families in need in the Philippines. Here we go.
This one. This one.
All right, so this ninja get a W, or this Winja. Shout out to this Winja. He gets a W for that one. Let's see. Now let's scroll back up. So Vitaly gets arrested. Here we go.
Vitaly gets arrested in the Philippines.
Madam.
So look, this is why I say nuance matters, ladies and gentlemen. Nuance matters. So people can act one way and then act another way. So, you know, a lot of people that I know personally don't rock with me because things I may or may not have said on social media. I know who I am as a person. It is what it is. I'm popping shit. Now, when you start to do things physically to people and come in their face and be weird, that's where I'm like, all right, cut the shit, bro. Cut the shit. Cut the shit. Hold on. Cut the shit, bro. Because that's where it gets uncomfortable. And if you're making people uncomfortable, okay, maybe you need to chill out. Now, on social media, I'm here to tell you guys, on social media, if you get uncomfortable with what somebody does on social media, that's a you problem. It doesn't even matter if they're spewing hate because you're choosing to look at it. If you choose to look at it and complain about it, it's like nobody put a gun to your head. That's why I stand with that. So for example, like I said, it's a bunch of racist people that live in the United States. I don't waste my time, and I'm always using the race card because the race card is easy, especially because I'm really dark. You feel me? Shout out to my white people. I love you guys though. But yeah, I'm saying, so I don't go out of my way to go find a racist person and be like, oh my God, you're racist. Why are you racist? I personally don't care. I mean, you're going to be who you're going to be, right? I don't give a shit. As long as you don't come in my face with it, I don't care. Say whatever you want on social media. They be like, on social media, they be like I know when you're a little off when you say blacks. Hold on. When you say blacks and whites, I'll be like,
but what the hell, bro?
I'll be like, whoa, what you mean blacks? What you mean by that? Like what the way they say, oh, and then another one that killed me. When them ninjas act like they don't be saying ninja. Ninjas say ninja more than me. I be like, ninja, I'm a whole rapper out here in these streets and you saying it more than me, bro. I'm like, yo. Ninja, look, even the Mexicans out here, bro, yo, them ninjas be going ham, bro. Them ninjas, they be letting it fly and they say it with pride, ninja. I be like, you guys can't see my hands. I be like, what's going on here? But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Nuance matters. Here we go.
I'm gonna fucking rob you if you keep walking.
Look at what this ninja said. That's why I say he a Winja. He a Winja, bro. Look at what this ninja
Vitaly
said.
gets arrested in the Philippines.
This ninja walked up to a lady. This is why women are scared of us. Gentlemen, huddle up, bro. Course correction, bro. Y'all bring it in, bro.
You what?
Bring it in, bro. Bring it in, bro. What, ninja? This is where I do my course correction, guys. You see this? What this ninja just did? Don't do that. You get no cool points for that. It doesn't make you look good. It doesn't matter what else you've done. When you do shit like that, if you believe in karma, all your karma is done for, bro. When you approach and I'm not saying just a lady, anybody in general, and you threaten to rob them, ninja, if they react crazily on you, that's your fault. But she didn't react crazy. I'm just saying, fellas, this is a prime example of something you don't do. This is going out bad. That's what we say in the hood. What else do we say? This is being, I'm trying to think. What's the correct I don't even know the correct terminology because I don't even have it. This is being weird, bro. This is just being weird. This is not cool. This is not normal. That's very uncomfortable for somebody, and then she got to deal with that trauma, bro. And I'm saying as a ninja too, because if I was a ninja and a ninja approached me like that, like they finna rob me and they don't put nothing out, I'm not finna walk away. I'm probably finna sleep them, bro. And when I say sleep them, you know what I mean when I say sleep them. And like I said, I'm not even that kind of dude. I'm actually a very sweet soul. I don't want to fight nobody. But if a ninja pull up on me and say they gonna rob me and they don't pull nothing out, I might sleep you in the streets, bro. Cause we in the streets. And like we always say on here, it gets real in the field, my ninja. It gets real in the field. We don't play that. Don't play with people like that. Here we go.
Philippines.
Madam.
Look at this shit.
I'm gonna fucking rob you if you keep walking away.
And if you ain't pulling nothing out, you would have pulled the money out. I would have smacked you with the money. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Now look, would I be wrong?
Gets arrested in the Philippines.
I don't say that. I was gonna say, would I be wrong if I say usual suspects? I don't even know what Vitaly is. I don't know if he's Russian. I don't know what he is, but hey, bro, check yourself, bro. Or if you ain't got no homies, bro, whenever my shit pop off, hopefully they blow this up, bro. Check yourself, bro. You're a grown man approaching women acting like a fool, bro. If you was bro, and that's what I'm saying, where people know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with, bro. Ninjas know not to approach another man doing that, bro. Cause you would get slept, bro. That's not even a hood. That's just regularly, period, bro. You don't approach people like that, bro. Especially if you're in another country. Oh no. Here we go.
Philippines.
Madam, I'm gonna fucking rob you if you keep walking away. I want to give you money. No, okay. Okay, because you got a COVID mask, you liberal fuck. Go get your vaccine. I was trying to give you money, but all right. Trying to be nicer. You.
Ninjas ain't got no self-esteem, fellas. Like I said, fellas, this is who you don't follow, bro. This is who you don't follow. And I have no problem with this ninja. I used to probably watch his content back in the day. But I'm saying these ninjas done started going out bad, bro. A lot of you ninjas that I used to look up to as a youngin', you ninjas is weirdos now, bro. And it's not just that instant. It's just certain things where it's like, hey, I understand you're doing it for content, but you do understand these people never agreed to be a part of your content. So they're actually doing a favor. They're doing you a favor by being a part of your content, whether you realize it or not. You're not doing them a favor. They're making you the money. You're not making them money per se. If anything, you're giving back. But when you act like that, you just canceled it all out. It takes time, right? We're going to say time. We'll say it takes years, because the saying is it takes years to build trust and it only takes moments to destroy it. So you just lost all credibility, bro, doing that. Here we go.
No, yeah.
No respect, bro. No respect, bro. That's what I'm saying. There's no respect, bro. What be wrong with folk, bro? What's wrong with this ninja, bro? Yo, Vitaly, hey, shout out to Vitaly fans. Hey, go get your ninja, bro. Go check this ninja. That's why we call it course correction. What's wrong with this ninja? No respect, bro. The man is just doing his job, bro. And like I said, when it really come down to it, I personally don't give a shit, so long as you don't bring it in my personal space. But I'm saying the man doing his job, you gonna fuck with the man because he's doing his job, bro?
But what the hell, boy?
Ninjas be tripping. Here we go. That's why you got arrested, and I'm laughing at you.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Please.
Now, we're assuming that this is real. Like I said, this is for entertainment purposes only. It could or could not be real. This is just based off of the content that we see. If it's not real, hey, my bad, Vit. My bad, Vit. But if it's real, yeah, Ninja, you going out bad, bro. Here we go.
Yes. No. What are you gonna do? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Telling you, I got no common sense, bro. Look at this ninja. Oh God. Y'all make the wrong people famous, bro, and I don't even care about the fame, dog. Look at this ninja. This who y'all look up to, bro. Look at this ninja.
Hello. 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 Papa, paparazzi, you are blessing twice on a paparazzi. Papa.
And like I said, I'm not gonna say I'm the most righteous. I ain't the most righteous, but ninjas need to learn to calm themselves down and act properly in public, bro. You are a grown man, bro.
Razzi,
Jesus.
Papa, Razzi, you are my queen, Papa.
Damn,
Papa.
they ain't show when he got arrested. Damn, I wish they showed when he got arrested. I just wanted to see that. That would have been the best part of it all. Yeah, they ain't show when he got arrested. Look at this ninja. Yeah, this ninja's weird, bro. He got them eyes, bro. He got them eyes. Look.
Who's the store manager here? We are. So next time, please display right prices on your mattresses and stop scamming other customers, tourists. We might look stupid, but we're not. I'm not from America. I'm from Russia, so I'm not stupid. So please.
In Russia, they would destroy you acting like this, showing no respect. I know some Russians, ninja. I know some Russians. I met a lot of people. I know a couple Russians, and they would teach you a lesson, okay? You're not acting like a Russian right now. Yes, if that sounds prejudiced, I'm being very prejudiced. I am. Yeah, but Russian people don't act like that, bro. That's kind of rude, bro. They don't even like people fucking with them like that. So if we being real, here we go.
Be honest next time with your customers, okay? I'm giving you business here. Don't talk. I'm talking. And then after you can talk without your mask, because I can't read.
Bro, y'all give us a bad rap, bro. Hey, shout out to all the ninjas that pull up to my page. Fellas, gentlemen, come here, gentlemen. If you ever find your way to my page, don't act like that. Don't act the fool like that, bro. Act like your parents raised you with some common sense, bro. All right, let's see what else we got popping off. Can't spend the whole stream talking about this ninja. He left a bad taste in my mouth, bro. Nintendo Switch, we'll discuss that real quick. The Switch is gonna cost $449, featuring a 1080p screen in handheld mode with up to 120, I guess, kilobytes per second. So shout out to Nintendo. And yes, I have the thumbnail up. I'm aware. I am aware. Yeah, I think I seen some other stuff, and when it comes to the Switch is this Switch is not gonna have as much life as the other one. I'll probably discuss it more tomorrow because I want to get into this last thing, which is about Donald Trump. So Donald Trump is announcing his sweeping new tariffs to promote the U.S. manufacturing, risking inflation and trade wars. So we already know. Oh my God, look at how this stream tweaking, bro. Y'all should have seen how this stream was tweaking just now. Like I said, we already expected Donald Trump's stuff to come in. Look at Instagram. Do y'all see this? It says 55XX service error. This shit is crazy. That's crazy. We'll go to TikTok. Shout out to TikTok. But yeah, Donald Trump been talked about the trade wars. We were expecting this. It's in an effort to push infrastructure back into the US and force the economy to move. Here we go. Trump tariffs. Boom. Let's see what we got popping off here, and then we're gonna get up on out of here. Here we go.
It's very windy out here. We didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing.
Shout out to PDJTE. One thing about it, regardless of how you feel, one thing's for sure and two things for certain. Whether or not you like this man, we know you respect this man. You respect this man. After everything he's done, regardless of how you feel about it, all you ninjas respect this man. If you ninjas are in the face of this man, you ninjas will think twice about what you say. And that's why we respect him on the Blac Pill. Shout out to President Donald Trump. Yes, sir. That ninja said, respect me. That winja. My bad. Here we go.
Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. China, first row, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA. So we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset?
Now look,
they will be because we.
Now look, with China, I'm gonna tell you why they charge the lower tariff. The reason why they charge that lower tariff, I think, is honestly because of TikTok. I'm just gonna put it out there. Like I said, if they demonetize the stream, oh well, you heard it here first on the Blac Pill. So because of everything that's going on with TikTok, I think that's why that tariff is so low, because they want to make sure the relations are good enough for them to secure some kind of value when it comes to TikTok, and from there they'll probably raise the tariff. They'll find an excuse to. Here we go.
We never charge anybody anything, but now we're going to charge. You know, you think of European Union, very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%, we're going to charge them 20%, so we're charging them essentially half. Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. Oh, look at Cambodia, 97%.
Hey,
we're going to bring it down to 49%. They made a fortune with the United States of America. United Kingdom, 10%, and we'll go 10%. So we'll do the same thing. At the same time, we will establish a minimum baseline tariff of 10%. You notice that on the chart. And that'll be on other countries to help rebuild our economy and to prevent cheating. It's very windy out.
Hey, man. Hey, you trying to build the American economy? Hey. I ain't got no problem with it. Shout out to America, the best country in the world. Hold on, I had to get my flag, though. You know what it is. Yes, sir. We in the building. We in the building, man. I love being here. Shout out to my parents, man. Blessed to be born here. Yeah, like I said, when it comes down to what Donald Trump does, I just look at how it affects me in my pockets. When it comes to shit like this, it may or may not affect me. You know, I'm kind of at a lower level when it comes to socioeconomic status. I accept that. I know I plan on moving up if I can before AI takes over. With that being said, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, guys. Like, you're not in control. This is the person that you guys voted into power. So when you guys sit there angry, if you didn't vote this person into power, either way, the person that you want or the person that you don't want is going to win. Either way, you're supposed to accept it and move on. It's how the shit works. You can be mad about it all you want, but I mean, there are presidents that are going to push the limits on their powers, and this is one president. That's an example, and he's going to push the limits, and he doesn't feel bad. Look at it demonetizing my stream, bro. Hey, man, you know what? Let me see. We're going to look at how Wall Street responded to the tariffs and drops in the consumer confidence. And then after that, we're going to call it a day, man, because they trying to stop this stream, man. Here we go.
What happens to the economy? Because let's pull this all together. And weirdly enough, I'm going to ask for a chart that our lovely control team just pulled up, because this shows how Wall Street sees the pains that Main Street could have. There are a couple of dates on here. We never saw the biggest drops on days where there were tariff announcements. We saw them on the days where there were consumer confidence and it was deteriorating or inflation was negative. And so when you put this all together, you could have a growth problem, and that's where investors and consumers are going to be watching. What happens to the economy? Because let's pull this all together.
Like I said, consumers aren't watching any charts. I'm going to just throw that out there. They're not watching any charts. We're just trying to see what's going on and how it works against us or how it works for us. Let's see what this ninja's saying.
So it happened. Trump just put massive tariffs on every single country in the world, with many calling this the largest sales tax increase in American history. Right, so there's a baseline 10% tariff on all goods, regardless of country, but some countries have higher tariffs than others. Right, Japan has a 24% tariff. The European Union got a 20% tariff. The UK, 10%.
Let me see if I can go look at it. And yeah, so none of these tariffs are really as big as how much they're tariffing us. And just so you guys know, the reason why he put that out so everybody can see. So for example, China tariffs us at 67%. Ninja, is that okay? Sri Lanka tariffs us at 88%, almost 100%. They almost double the profit that they make off of us. My ninja, come on, bro.
But what the hell, boy?
That's not okay, bro. Pakistan at 58%, Switzerland at 61%, Indonesia at 64%, Cambodia at 97%. Come on, bro. Come on. Whether or not this information is true, we don't know. We just know that the government put it out. And the government can control the information that we see. So, I mean, I don't know what to believe, but if it is true, yo, that's insane, guys. I don't think that's fair. And the reality of the situation, which is something my parents taught me when I was a youngin', shout out to Papa Black. My parents always told me life is unfair. So that's why when I see these things, I don't get too shocked because I'm aware that life is unfair. With that being said, man, we're going to call it a day here. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. Yes, sir. We're going to have this ish up and working tomorrow. Maybe I have to pay my Wi-Fi bill. I don't know. Like I said, donations in the description box. We appreciate all donations. $1 goes a long way. If you can't donate, at least hit the like button, hit the follow button, go buy some clothes. I'm going to put the clothes up everywhere so y'all can clearly see it. Buy a shirt, man. Buy the Adam Effect shirt. Join the Adam Effect. Join the movement, man. It's your boy, BA. I'm outie. Peace.